Hey guys, it's me again, Orixlayer. What is where we last left off? Well, I'm gonna take a little bit of a break from the Nameless King series and the Fallen What Ifs. I'm gonna give that a bit more time for people to watch it because it has only still quite a lot of views considering I think I have like 800 or whatever. So, and I really can't think of any way to make the Nameless King more interesting. Though I know some people like to see a lot of war and such, I'm trying to think of ways to make it unique. Because beforehand, I don't write a script, if some of you know that. There's no such thing as a script when it comes to me. I merely think out ideas, cultivate them, and whichever idea that I think can fit best, I pretty much come in. I don't know if that's just another way for saying scripting, but I don't really think about it. But anyways. So I'm going to be picking something new from the deku box. Sorry if you get... And tell me guys, do you want me to do a bit of more of the Fallen series before I continue with this? After I finish this. So, let's see. Dawn, stop. Alright. So, let's see which one I get. So, here's the one I got after shaking it up a bit and getting my hand in it. It is, what if Deku was infected with blacklight? Or what he was involved in that case. So I guess I'll be doing this video real quick, I guess. So, let's get it started already. Let me just put that up. There, lights, and continue. So give me a second, and let me turn that brightness down because my eyes. So let's see. Here is how I'll have it go. The black light still happens as it typically would in any sort of video game, since it happens in New York. Yeah. Don't sneeze. Whoa. I felt that one in my throat. Not throat, but in my chest. Dang, that is actually very powerful cough. So for Deku and them, like I said, they're gonna be aged up in like my what if from now on, like 18 years old. For a simple fact that, like I've explained before, I don't think it makes much sense to have 15 and 16-year-olds being trained as heroes. I think it'd probably make a lot more sense for them to be 18 and such, at least so that way they can get a college degree at that point. Plus, they could like fit other classes in there, like a few things about business and such, so that way they can learn how to run a hero agency and such and fill out paperwork if they have to do that. But as I digress, Deku in this case, he and his mother, his father works over there in New York City, and that's where he goes to work. As we all know, he works overseas. So what Deku and his mom will be doing, and Deku was around like 10, 11 at this point, So he has found out he is quirkless and has been constantly bullied, like in the anime. So this time he and his mother decide to go visit the US. Because I never understood that. Did they never go visit Hisashi Midoriya? Hisashi? Yeah. So as they travel to US and specifically New York, well, as they get there, it's just like all nice and happy. Like they land, their father meets them there, and they like stay at his apartment for like a few days. So, as Deku and his family, like Deku, Inko, and such, are all staying there and being all happy and such, what happens is that Deku and them, as they're working around one day, and I'll say they inhabit the red zone for now. They all stayed there for a long period. Well, scratch that. I'll say Deku, instead of being 10, he's 15. Yeah, 10 instead of 15 instead of 10. As Deku is like excited to see his dad, he gives him a hug. They all hang out, and they actually go to eat in several places. They hang out, go see Statue of Liberty and whatnot. As Deku and them are all wandering about one day, well, the whole thing with, well, Blacklight happens. They're immediately caught off guard, and everyone starts to panic like, oh crap, what are we doing? As they all try to get out, as I believe it's that swarms of the infected start just swarming out of the underground where I believe Mercer, yeah, Alex Mercer infected thing. As they're all running, as the police and Blackwatch are trying to set up like some form of defense points, as Bell and his family are running, they're running past that checkpoint. And before that, like Hisashi, as they're running, like a thing of infected's about to jump on some people, as Hisashi blows his fire at them, catching them off guard and just scorching them. As they arrive at the police point, like some of the soldiers who saw that, and especially Blackwatch Captain, literally runs over and tells them, hey, you stay here, you other two get going. They're like, well, wait, what? He's like, my family, man. It's like, your fire can be useful here, stay here and blow it. As he's like, alright. As he just starts acting like a flamethrower, just constantly breathing things of fire. As Deku and his mother are just rushing, they're like, come on, Mom. She's like, They're both running as fast as they can. As they start having hunters and such that come around, start crashing into things. Deku and his mother are rushing through the city, as other people are just getting tackled by these hunters. Soldier gets tackled right in front of Deku and his mother. As the thing turns its attention, the guy's like handgun or shotgun like comes down right next to Deku. He and the thing lock eyes for a second as he lunges for the shotgun, rushes, grabs it, and just barely is able to pull the trigger as the thing, he blasts the thing's head off, as then it just lands on him. And this thing is heavy, as he's like trying to push it, like, get off. As he's struggling to push it off, he's like, Mom, get out of here. Go on, I'll catch up in a minute. As he's is able to wiggle out of the thing, he still has the shotgun. The shotgun has some blast back. He's like, oh god, that hurts. From where he shot it. And I'll say this shotgun's like, I'll say 12 gauge. Maybe that's a good thing. 12 gauge. Yeah, a 12 gauge shotgun. As he starts running to like checkpoint, as he's running though, the swarm has gotten worse and has pretty much break through several checkpoints. One of the only ones being unaffected is Deku's father. As Hisashi and the like Blackwatch and such start rolling back, they're like, get in here, this point is compromised. As they start rushing back in like some APCs and such, as they see Deku's like running, like, come on, come on. As a few more infected try getting close to him, but he just uses a shotgun. Being like the shotgun pushing him back each time he pulls the trigger. And he keeps on going and like keeps on like I forget what the word is. I forget what it is. I forget the exact wording you would use for pumping the shotgun. There we go. Pumping the shotgun. As when another, like the final one comes rushing at him, he uses it, and as he reloads it, well, not reloads it, but does it again, another one comes rushing at him, as it just hears a click. Just... As then he takes the gun by the barrel and just smashes it over this infected over the head. He's like, run, run. As he is able to make it to a checkpoint, thankfully. At this time, Hazashi and the Blackwatch are encountering heavy resistance, but thankfully the APCs are plowing through them. As a hunter tries jumping on it and smashing into it, the APC's turret immediately turns to it and just blasts it out of the air. As Hazashi's like shaking the Blackwatch, because if you know anything about the Blackwatch, they're kind of pricks. They're like, look at the guy. Several of them laughing at him. The captain being more or less not as much of a jerk. He's like, hey man. It's like, sorry you had to get pulled back here. Hopefully your family is already by the gate, sir. He's like, oh yeah. We may come back for your services. He's like, but why? It's like, it seems fire is a pretty good thing against these things. So hopefully it will prove so just as much. With Hazashi like, alright. As they start driving and actually pick up the speed. Hair. Kill me. Hazashi and them keep on plowing through, while Deku's trying to find his mother. The checkpoints come under attack from heavy resistance again. Everyone pretty much being pushed into like these safe zones for the small time that they are actually still safe. As Deku comes and actually meets up with his mother, he's like, Mom, is Dad here yet? No. As just here. Not Bell. I keep on saying Bell. Deku and his mother trying to get some organized. Like, when Deku arrived at the checkpoint, the soldiers like, get in here, kid! As they saved his life from like a couple of infected. He's like, thanks guys, thanks man. It's like, no problem, now get in. As they just start blasting away at even more of them that are starting to rush in. Dang it, our ammo's starting to run as we're starting to run low on ammo. Just get some more ammo gun bags up here. As Deku's trying to get by, he's like, hey, you heard him, get that ammo up there. He's like, did I shoot her? No sir. As he starts rushing up the stairs and like gets these guys their ammo thing, their ammo packs and such. Like, thanks kid, now get out of here. He's like, oh, alright. Rushing down the stairs again and finally meeting up with his mother as they trying to learn on what they're supposed to do. As the coordinator's like, hang on, just give me a second, please. It's like, listen, over there, that place has a little bit less area affected. Sorry? Oh, there's not as many people over there. Go hang out there for a little bit. That is all. As they're like, hopefully those guns can keep going. As the Hero Association in New York is pretty much, boss. There's some sort of terrorist attack. We don't know what it is yet. Well, get them in there. What does it look like we're doing? Get in there and help them. Yes, sir. As they start rushing off, like the heroes getting into action. There's no heroes that can really... All Might's already in Japan at this point. So Blackwatch and such are trying to keep everyone out of it. Like, a lot of this is just Blackwatch and, like, the police forces that were already there trying to figure out what's going on. But with that, Blackwatch has pretty much claimed entire jurisdiction over this, so they're like, there's no need for the Hero Association to get involved. Blackwatch has this handled. And some of the people questioning, so what did Blackwatch do this time? And one of them retorts, none of your damn business. Now listen here, as they're very militaristic, pretty much telling them to shut up and that they're going to handle this outbreak, as they call it. It's like, so it's an infection. You could say something like that. We don't know what it is, what it can be. Maybe it came from a quirk or whatnot. I don't care. Point is, we got it handled. As more calls start coming in, sir, Area 6B is being overrun. We need help. We need, as they just hear screaming. It's like, damn it. Thought we'd have more time. Listen here. Start getting sectors A through 6. Well, not A through 6. A through C. A1 through 6 to be prepared to have military and to have Blackwatch forces amassed there. They're like, sir, areas 1 through 6 are filled with civilians. Then get some of them then get them out of there. I don't care what you do with them. Kick them out if you have to. Whatever this thing is, it's gonna be bad and nasty. So, you heard him. He's like, yes, sir. It's like, you can't just throw civilians out there, man. He's like, watch me. Right now, this thing is a high priority risk. If we don't stop it, slow it down somehow, all of New York has a chance of becoming infected. Now, don't mind. As he immediately departs, going to try and solve this issue. Alex Mercer is just watching from up above, seeing what's happening. As the chaos is ensuing, he sees one of the APCs rolling by. Actually, a squad of them. As they arrive at one of the last six of them being on the very outskirts. This thing spread fast. With the mutations and such, well, if somebody's quirk is strong enough or could be changed to help the infection, like a mutation quirk or an activation quirk like hardening or such, the infection will utilize it, but it's like smart. But if it's a very weak quirk, it won't touch it at all. Like, it will just like pretty much turn the person into a full zombie or full infected. As Deku and them are waiting around, the Blackwatch says, go see your family, man. As they start getting status reports, they're like, sir, you're lucky. We're about to start evacuating civilians. Blackwatch is pulling everything into this. It's like, good, we're gonna need it. As immediately as they say that, they just hear a large amount of roaring and such. As they look over the thing, they're like, shit, this is a massive word. Get the heavy guns out, now! As the APC's cannons just turn and start unloading. With the Blackwatch using these as covers, a few things come rushing forward with... They're like, sir, it seems the infection has started to utilize their quirks. I'm like, what? As he looks over, they see several things that look like they're wearing police uniforms using a hardening abilities. As they're all rushing in, they're like, get that guy over here. As Hisashi has just met up with Inko Midoriya, he's like, sir, we need you at the front. He's like, what? There's a large horde inbound, now get over here. As they pretty much forcefully take him, it's like, you're gonna be covering our asses for a little while. Now start your breathing. As he just starts, I don't think we ever get an example on how powerful his quirk is. But he just starts burning and trying to scorch him. Oh, some of the hardening quirks are starting to die. Some of the other ones, though, are taking a bit more effort. As one lunges for him, a Blackwatch soldier comes over and is just able to clothesline it. As in, several troops just start shooting it. He's like, what the... As he goes back to what he's been assigned to, this is complete anarchy. Everyone's trying to set up not supply points, but areas to evacuate everyone, but they just can't. Inko's freaking out. Deku's trying to calm her down. As Hizashi is burning away infected. It's complete chaos. As a few infected and such, a few more specialized infected like hunters. I don't know when the ones like the Juggernauts or the Goliaths or even Hydra start popping around. Not entirely sure about that one. But I'll just say for now they have like the hunters, who eventually evolve into brawlers, I believe. So, with that being said, all these things are rushing in, trying to overwhelm them. But thankfully the Blackwatch has heavy weaponry like APCs, rocket launchers, miniguns, 50 calibers, sentries, all set up. And these were around some of the bases around the Blackwatch. Unfortunately, some of the ones in the inner city aren't safe yet. With Deku and them with the Blackwatch trying to hold back this tide till their reinforcements can get here. As soon as the captain's trying to get these organized and establish some form of a command, not chain of command, but some sort of makeshift line, I guess, just so that way they can all stay in contact. As from the first one, they're like, Sir, well, hey, second captain, we're starting to be overwhelmed here. When are those choppers coming? I don't know, just keep everyone held back. We need to keep these things out of this place as long as possible, understood? It's like, we'll try, but it ain't looking so good. They got some weird, and you watch out, these things can use, some of these things are using quirks. Don't know how, but they are. As one comes lunging at him, he's like, Jesus Christ. As he immediately is able, as soldiers like, you okay, sir? It's like, yeah, I'm fine. Bastard almost got me. Alright, get to work, ladies. Go, go, go. As they all start fanning out, trying to fix this. This being quite difficult. As Alex Mercer is watching from the skies again. This is going around the clock. Sorry. As they all like, come on, kid. As the first helicopters with reinforcements start arriving, 2 of the bases have been destroyed, unfortunately. Hizashi's trying to like get breaks in between, but the onslaught is never ending. And every time it gets cooled down, they're like, go rest your throat, man. Sounds like you're having a hard time breathing. As he's like, As I'll say that the effect is that, of his quirk is that the more he uses it, the like more his throat becomes sore or whatever. I'm not entirely sure. With Deku and his mother hanging out and waiting. He doesn't know what to do, so he hangs back. He's like, everyone's freaking out. So, yeah. That being... don't yawn. With that being said, Deku and them are just holding out. And finally, after like an hour... No, actually after almost several hours... Blackwatch reinforcements start dropping off. They got troops starting to bring in weaponry like grenade launchers and such. As they're like, alright, we need to get you all on the helicopters. As everyone's trying to cling out, so they're like, keep calm. It's like, they start getting too troublesome. Shoot some. And they're like, alright, sir. As some start getting too troublesome, some try to break through the block, try and get to the helicopter, like, waste them! As they open fire, they're like, now all you, calm down, and form orderly lines, or you're gonna end up just like them! As everyone starts getting calmed down immediately. because of everything that's happening right now. Explosions and such are going off, and they just hear the guns and everything just unloading into this whole in the onslaught. As Hizashi and such, well, Inko and all of them are trying to get out of there. My nose is stuffy. This sucks. With Deku and them starting to get on the helicopter, one of the soldiers says, "Hang on, Hizashi! You need to stay here!" It's like, as he points to his family, "We know that. We'll see that they're taken care of now. Come on!" As they just look at each other, he's like, "Sir, you are an extreme point about keeping this area secure." It's like, as he starts pointing around to all the guns, he's like, "Bullets can run out of ammo. Quirks can last for a lot longer than a bunch of bullets. Now trust me, you'll be compensated for the risk, sir. Don't worry." And as she's like, "Stay safe," she's like, "No worries, man, we'll keep him safe." As he pretty much is kept back there. Deku hugging his dad one last time, he's like, "Stay good, kid." As they all evacuate to the boat, well, to the ship, or I guess boats and helicopters. Sorry. As they all are evacuated to, well, the other zone that you would go to. As they immediately land, everyone's being checked, check them and starting to sort them out and see if they're infected. It's like, how would you know if they're infected? Well, they be bubbling and such. They be grotesque, whatever the infected look like. As they start rushing around, this is chaos, and they're all put in those little camps for the time being. Why is my nose stuffy? Why is my nose stuffy? There we go. As Deku and all of them are getting screened and such, several of the doctors and such are like, "This kid looks good. Get him out of here." As then they, get to not Inko, but I'll scratch what I just said. Inko was screened good to go. But Deku, on the other hand, as they start saying, like, whoa, get him in there, get him quarantined. And they're like, "Oh, what's the problem?" It's like seems he has signs of the virus on him. It's like, "Oh, that's because one of those things jumped on me, but it didn't get me. Look." It's like, "Sorry, sir, but it's better to be safe than sorry, especially in this case. But we'll just keep you isolated till then." Damn it. "We'll just keep you isolated until then. Until further notice, alright?" It's like, alright. Good boy. Now, as Inko is escorted out there, as they all have their separate tents. So it's like, how long until we know? Until I'm cleared. It's like, could just take a couple hours, could take a week. We don't know. We just got bombarded by this thing, so we have no clue how this thing works. Ugh. Dang it, my eyes. As it'll take a while, Deku stays in there for a day or two. And during that time, Hizashi's been scorching mounds of these things. And a few more of the bases and such are coming under more heavy assault. As, this was a very quick one, I would say. Very fast-paced and such. Sorry if you can't understand a little bit of it. Why does my phone keep falling down? Hope y'all have enjoyed this. And I hope y'all have a nice day. And like I said, tell me, you guys want me to continue the Nameless Ping what if, do the Fallen what if for a bit, or do this what if for a bit. Tell me in the comments. Anyways, I hope y'all have enjoyed this, and I hope y'all have a nice day, nice night, Nice life.